The standard here is to have solutions big enough to get America working again, and the principle is to unleash the American people to rebuild the America we love. Let me start with jobs. If I am the nominee, with your help, I will ask the entire Republican ticket to campaign with me on the pledge that when the Congress comes in on January 3rd, it will stay in session, and by January 20th, when I am sworn in, it will have repealed Obamacare. It will have repealed Dodd-Frank. It will have repealed Sarbanes-Oxley. All three of those are job-killing bills which centralize bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. and increase the corruption of the political system. All three should be repealed and held at the desk until I am sworn in. That afternoon, on the very first day, we should sign the repeal of all three. That's a reasonable start. The inaugural address. That was just the word. We haven't gotten around to serious work yet. 2 hours after the inaugural address, I will begin signing executive orders and presidential findings. All of them will have been published by October 1st. The country will know precisely what this campaign is about. The very first executive order will abolish all of the White House czars as of that moment. We will sign that day an executive order which, as of that moment, approves of the Canadian pipeline to Houston. My message to Prime Minister Harper and the Canadian government is simple. You do not need a partnership with the Chinese. Give the American people a few months. When we beat Obama on election night, you can start buying equipment because we will approve it on January 20th. There will be an executive order to move the State Department to put the embassy in Jerusalem as of that day. Period. Reinstate Ronald Reagan's Mexico City policy, no money for abortion overseas, period. And we will have an executive order to repeal every act of religious bigotry by the Obama administration, period. My goal, with your help, is that by the time President Obama lands in Chicago, we will have repudiated at least 40% of his government on the opening day. Let me talk now about how to create jobs. America works when Americans are working. The number one theme of the fall campaign will be a paycheck president versus a food stamp president. I believe we will win that fight by a huge margin. I worked with President Reagan, and in his 8 years we created 16 million jobs. I worked with President Clinton, and in those 4 years, we created 11 million jobs and got down to 4.2% unemployment. So how do you do it? Really serious change, and I have only one measurement for what I'm about to tell you. So I want the establishment to understand up front, this is not about fairness. This is not about being revenue neutral. This is about maximizing economic growth to put Americans back to work and to create the most dynamic economy on the planet and to rebuild our manufacturing base so we pull away from China and become once again the dominant country on the planet in economic terms. First, you eliminate the capital gains tax, so it's zero capital gains for all investors. Expensing, so all new equipment at every level, farmer, factory, doctor, business, all of it gets written off in 1 year. The goal is to make the American system the most modern, most productive in the world. You also, if you're going to modernize the equipment, you want to modernize the workforce. Unemployment compensation should be changed so that in order to get unemployment compensation, you sign up for a business-led training program, so we are modernizing our workforce. Somebody 99 weeks for doing nothing. In 99 weeks, you can earn an associate degree. And think about the total waste of human capability when you teach people to sit at home for 99 weeks. Fundamentally wrong and a violation of the Declaration of Independence commitment that we have the right to pursue happiness. If we're serious about manufacturing, we have to eliminate the Environmental Protection Agency, which is a job-killing agency. Understand this, because this is going to become a huge argument inside the Republican Party. I worked and helped balance the federal budget for 4 consecutive years, the only 4 years of your lifetime. So when people say, oh, Gingrich is being irresponsible, none of the people saying that have ever balanced the federal budget. We'll get a federal budget balance, but I have a simple principle. My intention is to shrink spending down to the level of revenue, not to raise revenue up to the level of Obama's spending. When we put in the no tax increase platform, which I work with Jack Kemp and Trent Lott and Bob Cass and others on, against, by the way, the establishment. And our principle is simple. We are not the tax collectors for the welfare state. We are not assigned the job of going out to raise extra money so liberals can give it away. We are, in fact, interested in a tax code that creates jobs, that maximizes freedom, that gives you a chance to take care of your family, your neighborhood, your charities, your church or synagogue, and that's a fundamentally different model than the establishment model, which is oriented towards government. And we will not tax the American people for Barack Obama's credit card. This is an administration which lies about who our enemies are, refuses to tell the truth about what threatens us, is blind to the dangers we are running, seeks to weaken radically our defense system, has crippled our intelligence system, and is making a series of decisions around the world that are stunning in their misunderstanding of the nature of reality. Today we have Americans held hostage in Egypt, precisely like Jimmy Carter with hostages in Iran in 1979-1980. Today we have the person who helped us find bin Laden has been arrested by the Pakistani government. Now what more do you need to know? They didn't say, oh, this is terrific, you helped find the most wanted terrorist in the world. They said, this is terrible, how could you help the Americans? We need a profound national debate about our entire policy, and it needs to start by telling the truth about radical Islamists who seek to kill us. Choice, big decision election. I think while I'm seeking the Republican nomination, it has to be an American campaign. We want to say to every American, if you favor paychecks over food stamps, come join us no matter what your background, no matter where you live. We want to be with you in creating a work-oriented jobs economy. We want to say to every American, if you believe that honesty about our enemies, strength in our defense, and competence in our capabilities is vital to our survival, come join us. We don't care who you once were. We don't care what you once did. We need every American who wants to defend America to come together for this campaign. And finally, we need to say to every American, if you believe in the Declaration of Independence, you believe in the Constitution, and you believe in the Federalist Papers, then we want you to be with us. We understand others will be with Saul Alinsky, Barack Obama, and radicalism, but everybody who believes that we are endowed by our Creator, that our rights are unalienable, that we have the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We want you to come from every background in every community in the country. I need your help. I hope you will go to newt.org. I hope you will sign up. We are running a people campaign. We don't have the scale of money that some of our competitors do, but we do have a plan. We are gathering together a team. We have a conservative dream team of people like Governor Rick Perry, Herman Cain, Fred and Jerry Thompson, Todd Taylor, Chuck Norris, J.C. Ross, Oliver North, tremendous people. But in the end, we need you. If we can be together, there are many people who keep mentioning we love more names. Feel free to go to newt.org and add more names. If we will, and I mean this with all the years I've worked in this party and this movement, this is the year to reset this country in a decisive, bold way. We need to teach the Republican establishment a lesson. We are determined to rebuild America, not to manage its decay. And with your help, that is what we will do. Thank you. Good luck.